Morning, my friends. Let me adjust this. There we are. Good morning, my friends, and welcome to our final day of 21 days of 10-minute or short sketches, joyful reflections on the Lord. And I hope this indeed has been a joyful time for you, and it's been a time to soak in His presence and be amazed and blown over is what's coming into my mind by the goodness of the Lord, and thoroughly enjoying your creating time. Our final one is a little bit longer. We're doing Psalm 103. Do I have all my lights on here? I don't. I am missing one. All right, there we go. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquity, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with steadfast love and mercy, who satisfies you with good, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. And that is all good. And I even like my little thing. I was tempted to just copy this again, but I didn't, because we're more about sketching in this, in our 10-minute sketches, than throwing paint, which we've done some days too, but still all fun. It's all fun. So what really popped out at me from this, and what I wanted to illustrate, is that we are renewed like the eagles. And I don't know, did I say eagle's wings there? That's another verse, but that's okay. And I made lots of notes as I was soaking this morning on this side. I probably haven't taken advantage of that as much as I could have, and that is one of the things I would do next time, is just take advantage of that a little more. I did just put some little background things in, some blue sky, some gray, because my eagle is going to go over here. And I had fun with my little white paint because it's so drippy, as you've maybe seen. And so I just dripped a little bit of it. I just kind of took my little light, inexpensive paint and just flung it just ever so slightly there. And my eagle, I did look at some pictures of eagles, so I dug up a reference picture of how I wanted him to look. And I want him to have like big wings. So that you've heard me talk about energy lines in doing my ladies, and I do that also when I'm just sketching something and I want that energy in there. And this is one of his wings. His actual body is going to come a little bit below this wing over here. And it's going to go up a little bit and into, oops, he came down a little bit too fast. And I don't know where my eraser is. It should be right here, someplace. Well, rats, we just never quite get everything over here, but that's okay. I have one on my pencil. Just leaves that little shrapnel stuff that I don't like. And I'm just going to pull that right into his head. And then his body comes down. And what strikes me about the comparison to flying, not very good at talking, as you probably know by now, at talking and drawing at the same time. And what really strikes me, if you have watched, we have eagles up north where we live, and actually I had an eagle sitting out by the pond in back of us one day here for just the longest time. But what strikes me about eagles is that they really enjoy flying in the wind almost the best, don't they? I mean, they are not cowed or it can be a super windy day, and that's what they like best. They like that, I don't know if you want to call it challenge or adversity, when they are flying. And maybe that doesn't pertain to something robbing their nest of their eggs, but they like it when they kind of have to go head into the wind. And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned from that, if you so can think about that for a little bit. To not be afraid and to go up and fly really above the cloudiness and the issues, and keep your mind in heavenly spots. And that is like more than enough message for me to impart to you. You do your own soaking time, and you are doing your own soaking time in the Lord, and you don't need me to fill you in on everything. So let's kind of take a look at his body. His body is a little cattywhacked here. So here's his body, and it should come into his tail down here. So I always look for that, where I can connect something. And his wings are going to be, his wings are on, I'm trying to think. I'm looking at him, I'm kind of looking at him from the side, not necessarily from down below. So that's why I'm hesitating. I'm just thinking where this line goes. Does it go in front of this line or behind? And I think we're looking a little bit from below. This wing is in back. This wing is in back. And we almost see a lot of his actual body. So that is it for my line work so far, for my pencil line work anyway. And let's just straighten him out. And I just need to, I almost put my pencil in my paints. Sorry, I'm just going to arrange this a little bit. All right, and I already have my paints out here. And what do I have in my funky little tablet here? I have some blue, like the background color. I have some orange, some cheddar, and some gray. And you know, I think the first thing I'm going to do is actually white out this wing a little bit. And I think I will pour this over here, because it always seems to come out a little fast for me. It's pretty, and actually I should have pulled out my real heavy body white, because that covers so much better, but we didn't. It's okay, because his wings are going to end up being gray anyway. And that's why I put those gray dots in the background, to just tie that in a little bit. And thankfully we're going to keep that squiggle there, because I really like that. And his tail and his head are going to be white. White, white, white. Because that's what eagles are. I'd say his tail got a little overwhelming here, but it's okay. We'll just call it artistic license. All right, so that is all good. This one is kind of behind, so that is okay, having that teeny bit. There's just a teeny bit of blue in there because I went over it with some white. And I'm going to put a little color into his wings. So this is that cheddar color. I kind of couldn't decide on my palette whether I wanted cheddar or orange, but I think the cheddar looks nice against that gray. And again, this is just some artistic licensing license, and just putting some color in there. So where he's kind of up towards the sun, I've got the orange, and now in the shadows I'm putting more of the blue. And then I'm going to come over and put, it's got a little green. I guess he's reflecting the grass over here because my cheddar ran into my sky. All good. Get used to thinking that while you're processing your paintings. All good. It's all good. So don't get in a tizzy because things aren't going quite the way you want it to. Just bless the Lord and be thankful in that. I think this is a really fun one to do and think about. There's so many things in those verses that you can think about while you're working on him. You can think about the fact that he heals. You can think about the fact that he forgives us. You can think of who you need to forgive to reflect his goodness. Nice. I don't think it really needs much more color in there for what I'm doing. Just blend that in a little bit with my finger. I'm just going to wash out my brush a little bit. You can put in, if you want to put in a little ground there, that would be super fun. You know, a few trees to really indicate that he's high above the ground and give a little bit of perspective there. Maybe bring a tree over on the side. That's up to you. I don't think I'm going to color those in because my focus is up here. Let's go over his tail a little bit more with a little more white. And his head over here could be a little white, but it's going to be hard to see because that beige is in the background, but I'm going to put a dab on there anyway. And my final coloring that I want to do on him is just to highlight some of these areas with my pencils, with my Inktense pencils. It's a little blue and orange and what was this, fuchsia? And I pulled out my gray too, which I hardly ever use, but I thought I would just maybe make him a little darker in the shadow spots. To pop him out a little bit more from the background. And over here, I'm actually going to, this is my indigo pencil. I'm going to put a little shadow behind that, even though you really don't see a shadow when they're up in the air. And I'm just going to take the edge of my paintbrush. You could use a smaller paintbrush. Just pull that color in a little bit. See how that pops him out there? I'm going to have to put a few more of those in, just because it did so well there. Oh, I pulled my, that was the gray. Oh well. That is it. I'm going to dry it for just 30 seconds so that my pen doesn't get yuck. And now the fun part. Just highlighting these shadows just a little bit. Give him a little more dimension, and there he is. He is done. So, you know, our favorite part, okay, my favorite part at the end is just taking some of our leftover paint, which is up here, sorry. And I'm going to combine that with some crayon and just put my splatters in. Oops, not very big splatters there. Well, I don't like that crayon because there isn't enough of the paper. I didn't pull enough of the paper down. Oh, there we go. That's better. Much better. And then I'm going to pull a little bit of orange too. I'll go and get my leftover orange paint because I just always feel like if I use that and my crayon, that the crayon might be a little less water soluble. And there, oh, I love that. There he is, my friends. There's our eagle. Bless the Lord, remember his blessings. He forgives, he heals, he redeems, he crowns me with steadfast love. He satisfies me with good that I might soar on wings of eagles and be renewed. And thank you so much for joining me for these 21 days. I hope we continue to connect on Instagram and on Facebook. That's just been a delight for me to hear from you, and leave some comments below. Subscribe if you like this, and you know, I'll try and be back on YouTube now and then. Doing some live things because this has just really worked out well. And don't forget to look up my class, Abstract Meets Devotion, using that Come Away by Francis Roberts, I think it is. It's not coming to me offhand. All right, God bless. Toodles. Have a great day too.